Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, WHENTAYTALK. I am Tay, and I am here for another special edition of Here We Go with the Bullshit. Y'all, here we go with the bullshit, okay? But this is a little special edition because I think I'm going to call this Back Down Melody Lane. Okay, this is my first ever interview on YouTube. It was a collab with Ebony the Best. And it was with Melody-Lannneeeee. So this was like almost 2 years ago. I think this was November 3rd or something like that of 2022. So we need to get into this because some of the stuff that's going on now, like we talked about this in this interview. And this was also like the beginning of, let's see if they give me my little fireworks. This was like in the beginning of Mel and Destiny's little fallout and everything too. So some of this stuff is pertinent for us to hear now because we're gonna see how things have changed, and also it's gonna clear up some of the rumors that's still been going on that she cleared up right here on the video, right here with WHENTAYTALK and Ebony the Best. Okay, so y'all get into it, and I think we're gonna go live tomorrow and talk about it. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow, okay? Y'all gonna get up in the comment section on this premiere, but we're gonna talk about this tomorrow. Yeah, let's get into it. Go ahead, watch the video, okay? She's here.
Hey, y'all beautiful queens. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're fine. We're fine.
Well, first, thank y'all so much. Oh, thank you so much for your patience. Like my last interview ran over and I had it mapped out perfectly in my mind and on this paper. And then I had to run grab the kids. And so I appreciate you guys. Hey, everyone who's watching. Thank y'all for being patient.
We're just happy. So I just wanna start out by saying, Mel, welcome, welcome everybody to our live with Mel. We're so appreciative of this opportunity that you've given us.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody, let's give a warm welcome to our very special guest, Melody-Lannneeeee from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yes! Also, her own show from Tilted Crown Production.
Yes.
We have Mind, Body, and Money.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we know that you are pressed for time because you're doing like interviews all day today. So I just want to get into the question and just break the ice with you first. Again, I'm Ebony the Best, and that's When Tay Speaks. That's our YouTube channel.
What's up, y'all?
Okay, so my first question to you, and I thought this was so moving when I saw you and Mariah, on your reel having a conversation about respect. And your daughter said that she didn't really know like the difference between respecting adults and children. What was your thought on her perspective, and were you surprised of her heightened intelligence?
So I'm never surprised when it comes to Mariah and just how she thinks, right? However, so surprise isn't the word, but I knew that I got to capture what she's about to say. I could just tell, like she had started talking, and I said, wait a minute, let me grab my phone, because I knew that she was about to go, say something that made a lot of sense, which she tends to do. She go around the world a little bit trying to get to the point, but that's okay. It's usually a nice point. But for honestly, as a parent, I think that that conversation is one of those things where what you always hope for, right, is that your kids know what it means to love themselves and to respect themselves and to be deserving of respect, right? So we teach kids all the time about respecting adults, but we don't teach them how to respect themselves. We don't teach them that you deserve to be respected too. And so having that conversation with her, it was just definitely one of those proud mom moments or proud parent moments when I'm like, okay, she's 10 and she's getting it. And Mariah is very articulate. So She's very articulate. She's very vocal, and she does a great job communicating how she feels.
Yeah, I think those crime movies are helping. Those crime shows that she likes too are having
Inside,
her, you know.
yes, that's her. Yes, she's so. Mom, let me tell you what I saw today. I'm like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, let me know what's going on in the world.
Okay, Tay.
All right. I just want to kind of ask this. Have you ever seen that TV show Adopting Adults or heard of it?
What is it called?
Adopting Adults.
What's that about?
It's on A&E. It's like when grown people like adopt grown people.
Okay.
I asked you that because I love me some Miss Van, and I want to know, you think your mama adopt me? Not an orphan or nothing, but
Listen,
your mama is just like
the best.
Yeah, she's like a Claire Huxtable on a reality
Yes,
show.
yes.
Like,
let me tell you, that's her in real life. Like, I will say, growing up, I always had to share my mom. She was that person where anybody in the neighborhood, like, they all knew they could ask any child, you gonna eat, you gonna whatever you need, you gonna get Christmas gifts, you gonna get all of that. That has always been her. So I've always had to share her or bringing extra kids to the house. And, you know, it was just always that way. So she's always had a big heart, you know. She just always has. And so now, you know, she's just being who she is. So I understand you wanted her to adopt you, honey, because I'm sure she bring kids home from church and everything. I bet they wanted her to adopt them too. So she's just always just been very loving, very kind. That's her personality. That's her spirit.
Okay. All right.
I have a question for you. As you know, your millimeters come again like the beehive. I already talked to you about how we rock. We come hard, right? We literally went into a blackout. We weren't tolerating certain things. We weren't appreciative of certain things that we were seeing. We find it very, to me, abusive, and just taking advantage of a situation that we just don't like. Did the blackout affect you in any way?
No, it hasn't affected me. No, I mean, I'm aware of it. I know about it. And you know, if honestly, you know, I understand and get the whole, you know, at the end of the day, we don't want to tolerate bullying. We don't want to tolerate harassing. It doesn't matter if it was me or somebody else. It doesn't matter, right? And so you know, I think that it was just one of those things that you guys, as fans of the show, a lot of y'all been watching the show since the beginning, where you just felt like, you know what, this is too much. We're not going for this. So, but did it affect me? No. No.
Okay.
All right. So this one is a little about the show or whatever. Okay. So it's like a two-part, depending on what the is. Okay. I hear in the streets that they say you hired a private investigator when you were with your ex-husband. Did you do that?
You said what?
That you hired a private investigator. Did you do that? No. Okay.
I actually, let me be very clear. I've never hired a private investigator at all for him or anybody else. No, never.
Well, we thank you for clearing that up.
I'm sorry. I just want to know, what did I need to hire one for?
I would assume that maybe because you wasn't believing him when he was saying that he was stopping, but we know how things went and how verbal some people are.
Okay, so let me be very clear. I didn't have to hire a private investigator for anything. First of all, I'm about a little mini investigator myself whenever my intuition tells me something's off. It takes that happening first. But whenever I was in a situation where I was believing that my marriage was intact, then that's what it was for me. I wasn't hiring anybody to go find out something else. And then whenever I got the inclination that something was off, it always showed its head. I didn't need a private investigator for any of it. So, no, wasn't even necessary.
Okay. We always hear Carlos King and you, when you first started this show, that you had the intention of not continuing the show because of what had happened in your marriage at the time. We also understand that Carlos stated that he would protect you. What was he going to protect you from? And do you feel protected? Because we see cast members and people who are not on the show saying things that are so harmful, so disrespectful towards you.
Right. So whenever we started the show and the show was greenlit, there was a moment when I was like, I'm not doing this, because I had literally just found out that everything was still going on. And so, I was like, forget this. Like, I'm feeling like I'm about to be out. I'm about to holler, but as women, we all know how it is when you have a male in your life and they, I ain't gonna do it again. Nah. You know how they do. And we fall for it sometimes until we just don't fall for it anymore. So it was one of those situations where I wasn't going to do the show. I wasn't going to do anything pertaining to he and I together. And we got in a space where we were okay. And yes, Carlos and I did have a conversation. He did say, I'm going to guide you through it. It's going to be okay, X, Y, and Z. And when it comes to me feeling protected at this moment and time, I feel like, I'm protected by God. Like, at the end of the day, I don't look to man to protect me. I don't look to man to speak on my behalf or any of that. I feel like at the end of the day, God takes very good care of me, where it comes from protection, where it comes from watching people reaping what they sow, karma, as some people like to call it. Like, I that's my protection, and that's all the protection I need.
Okay. With that said, I do have a follow-up. Okay. With all the things that we see you got going, you got 7th Ave, you got God Says Go, you got everything. How are you handling the abundance of blessing that God is giving you? Like, how are you handling it?
What do you mean in terms of
handling? You have Tilted Crown, you have 7th Ave, you have Poisoner, you got
you
got
mean doing so many things?
Yeah, how? Yes.
Okay, sure. So, I'll share this with somebody earlier. My days start very early. They do. They start very early, and I believe in utilizing every second of my day, right? And I also believe in prioritizing. I don't think too much about what all I need to do. I just do it. And I think that coming from years of doing a lot and still being a wife and being a mom and cooking and cleaning and doing all these things for all these years, I know how to multitask. So now that energy, though, that I used to put into maybe having my children with me full time, having a husband to tend to, and y'all know when you marry, there's a lot of time that goes to them and energy that goes to them. Now all that energy goes into all my businesses, right? And then of course, I have my kids. We do week on, week off. So it's just a little different in regards, to how it looks, but the same energy and time and effort that I was putting into something full time all the time. Now that I'm a single woman and I only unfortunately have my kids every other week, I put that energy into my businesses.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Back to the show in a little mess.
Okay.
Okay, so since you and Tisha were friends before, and you guys have expressed that, in the past, before the show, that you guys have had fallouts and things like that. Did her mom have the same reactions to your fallouts back then that she have now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Got it.
So that seems to answer a lot of questions. It's all for TV.
Yeah, no. I will say this, prior to the show, I'd only been in her presence maybe 5 or 6 times. So I wasn't around her a whole lot anyway. And I've always, I was taught to respect my elders. So I always tried to be, respectful. And even as you guys have seen different conversations prior to where we are now in the show, a lot of times I would just walk away, or I just let people talk, and I just sit back and let people talk, and say, call me names, say whatever you're going to say. And I just brush it off because I look at it as, that's my elder. However, I feel like everyone has those things that are just off limits, and it's like, don't play with me about that though, right? And so that's just kind of what it is. But no, prior to the show, it wasn't a whole bunch of stuff. I had never even gotten into it with her about anything.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Noted.
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's talk about your production company, Tilted Crown again. We see you started with Mind, Body, Money. How did the show come about, and do you have any plans to transition the show? And what other projects do you have coming up under your company, Tilted Crown?
Absolutely. Thank you. So, Elby Taylor, he's an amazing guy out in California and doing some amazing things. And that's really what the show focuses on is, seeing him as a dad, as a coach, as a financial expert, and as well as, having the mind together, yoga, fitness, meditation, all of that good stuff. We currently do have projects we are pitching to networks. And we've got some things coming down the pipeline that I'm very excited about. And so we're going to continue, as it pertains to my production company, just continue to push Tilted Crowns Productions and the different projects that are currently signed to us to pitch. And so that's where we are with it. So that's another baby of mine that gets, some of my time too. But I have an amazing team. When it comes to Tilted Crowns. And so everybody does their part, and it just makes everything move the way it needs to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so you talked about the close friends, like the very close friends that you have that's not on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Reasons that they don't want to be on the show, which is very understandable. And also, like, we all have, like, we have like different levels of friendship with our friend group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, with the two ladies that you were friends with on the show that you are currently no longer friends with,
mm-hmm.
did they ever reach the level of friendship with you that you have with your like day one's friends before?
No. And I think that comes with time. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about my day one friends, you're talking about people who've been in my life for 17, 18 years, or another one, 14, 15 years. These are all friendships. One, I've only known her for about 2-3 years, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit different. And part of that time, she didn't even live in Huntsville, so I really wasn't around her that much. And then the other one, I met her for the first time in 2014. And, we started filming in 2018. So you have about 3 years maybe of a good friendship. And then it was crazy. So no, because the friendships, the time just doesn't match up. So no, they didn't reach those same levels.
Okay.
My next question is, I heard Carlos on an interview stating that he's going to push for the original 6 to get back together, which it's okay. But how do you think that is going to affect you, with you being in the space you are now? You now probably going to have to allow these people back in your space, i.e. your ex-husband. How do you feel about him trying to get to have the original 6 back together?
Well, I can't really speak on that because those aren't conversations that I've had.
Okay.
If you had the chance to recast the show
mm-hmm.
from the beginning, would you choose the same cast? Or if not, can you give me 2 couples that we may know, or maybe we don't know, that you would choose to be part of this ensemble cast from the beginning?
Right. So I leave casting to the people who do casting, which is the EP. That's Carlos and Angela, and that's their job. But what I will say is, whenever the show came about and Martell and I signed a contract with Carlos to give him a time frame to pitch our show, and we weren't even near the time frame that the contract was like maybe a year, and we had only been like maybe 2 or 3 months in, I think. And he was like, hey, look, everything's going well, but I feel like I can get an ensemble sold really quickly. Do you have any friends? I only sent him maybe total including the two Scott couples that actually came on the show, part of the original 6. We sent him maybe a total of 5 couples. I know some people have heard that there was 20 people who auditioned and it was 20 names.
Yeah.
No, we sent maybe 5 couples. 2 of them were Caucasian friends, couples of ours. Like it was like 5, maximum 6 couples that we sent. And then from there, interviews took place. Of course, we gave our opinion, you know what I'm saying, in terms of personalities and stuff like that, and you know, people being outgoing and funny, because keep in mind the original 6 of us, we were actually friends, so we did hang out a lot, and in those hanging out, you know, we laughed and joked and took vacations and had fun. So it wasn't a thing where starting out where it was like, don't pick them, we never would have submitted them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, it was only about 6 people that we submitted, so the likelihood was there. So yeah, I leave casting to the people who do casting. I don't do that part.
Okay. My next question is, we see people are now making, you know, slight threats like, oh, I would have beat her up. Why didn't she step to me? Blah, 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 blah. We know you're too cute to fight, but what do you think of,
Who said that?
Letitia had a conversation that did not air between her and Destiny, saying that you had energy for her mom, but didn't have energy for her at Galentine. So, you know, I guess she was feeling froggy, and I was wondering why she didn't jump, but that's besides the point. Mm-hmm. Now she wants to address it when you're not there. Like, how do you feel about them now? Like you said, all these fighting and everything else did not started, and now this person has someone that basically hates you, and now teaming up to talk about you and talk about how she would jump you or attack you. How do you feel about that?
It's laughable.
We shall laugh.
And we shall laugh, okay? We shall laugh.
I have a question. So I know you guys were very close, and like we seen in season 1, like when the breakdown of friendship was at the beginning again. And when Tisha invited you all to bring the kids to the car, because the kids were very close. And you guys went and stuff like that.
Do you mean when they came to our kids' birthday party?
At the bowling? Yeah. I think
we invited them. Yeah, we invited them to our kids' birthday party. So my ex didn't want to invite them. Okay. If y'all remember that episode, and I was like, no, that's their friends. Like, despite what the adults have going on, let them be friends. If that's, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, we invited them. I was cool with inviting them.
Okay. With that, how are the kids now? That like you guys are not friends. Like they're not friends with them anymore. Like, were they like? Were they like talking about that? Did that have like an effect on them?
Yeah.
No.
Broke apart. They were okay.
No, it didn't have an effect on them in the sense of anything that we, you know, they've talked about or they're around mourning about. Okay. Their kids' life goes on.
Okay. Right.
You know how you said that you guys like y'all were very close and out of town family trips and stuff together, and then this, and then you know how the kids be, they, you know, but at that young age they still learn to, you know, they don't have that connection all the time, but yeah, I was just wondering because they were fairly young. Okay. All right, Ebony.
My next question is, did you think the meeting that you guys have as the original 6 helped anything at all? Like, did it help anything at all?
So when we had the meeting, I can say this, the agreement was that we would not personally on our personal social media pages try to throw subliminal shade at each other or, you know, do anything, say nothing about each other, whatever. And I can say that has already been broken.
Yes.
Not by me.
Right.
But it's been broken, you know. So I just feel like at the end of the day, I'm learning that a lot. I've learned a lot of times you guys, but y'all are smart. You read through the things people are doing just for TV,
Yeah.
So if they'll look a certain way versus how they really want to be in real life. And I think that's another reason I get a lot of the smoke and heat, because I don't play those games. Like, I'm going to be the same way with you in real life that I'm going to be with you on this show. Like, it's not an off on. It ain't no, we going to cut up on the show, then I'm going to call you laughing about how we went off on each other later. No, I'm not going to do that. So even, I don't know if it aired or not, but even in the meeting of the original 6, there was a conversation about us all coming together and doing like a panel or something about business and coming up with a way to do something for the entrepreneurs in the community about business. Y'all want to do it, y'all? And my answer was no, I'm good, thank you. And that was that. Like, anything that I want to do, I'll do on my own. But I'm not interested in doing anything with, I know we just had this dinner, but my stance is still the same. I'm not interested in doing that. So, again, how can you, looking at it now, my intuition continues to lead me the right way, because looking at it now, why, if I had have agreed and say, yeah, let's do something, the 6 of us together for the community, but low key, you still got all this mess in your heart, obviously.
Exactly.
Stuff on social media. Like, I don't play like that, you know? So for me, that's why I kind of stick to myself, doing my thing, giving back the way I choose to give back, helping the way I choose to help, and I let that be that.
And just living lovely with your house on the hill. Okay?
Yeah.
I have another question for you. Do you think at some point, if the show doesn't change the narrative that it's going to right now, will you ever exit the show based on what's going on, continue to go on?
You know, that would be a prediction. I don't know. It depends on what is going on, right? We don't know what's going to happen next season. So I really can't speak to that at this moment.
Okay.
As we don't know what's going to transpire or happen.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So what advice, because you have your hand in so many different pots and you seem successful in all of those pots.
Thank you.
What advice would you give to other women who want to be successful in their field? Because like I said, your portfolio is very much so diverse and off the Richter scale. So what advice would you give us, ladies?
For one, make sure that whatever you're doing lines up with your purpose. Whenever you're moving in purpose, things flow easily, right? And be consistent in whatever you do. You can't choose to show up today, then not show up tomorrow, then show up today and not show up the next day. You have to be consistent and show up every single day. And whenever you are chasing goals and you're chasing dreams, realize that there is a sense of hard work and dedication that comes along with that. You can't expect things to just fall in your lap. You have to work hard for it. So I wake up every day with purpose in my heart. As soon as my feet hit the floor, you know, I'm like, hey, it's time to get to it. And I move that way. And I move spirit wise. I move in a spirit of happiness, even, right? My vibe, my energy is positive. And because of that, I think that's why the things that I touch continue to blossom and be successful, because that's what I'm giving out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know, make sure wholeheartedly that you're being well-rounded when it comes to your business acumen, when it comes to making sure your spirit is right, with the things that you're doing, making sure that your heart posture is right. I always say clean hands, pure heart. Whenever you operate like that, God's going to bless you and you're going to reach those goals that you've set out to reach. Manifest those things, write them down, do all of that. So, yeah.
Okay. I know you gave us half hour, and I want to just get one last question out before I say my last comment and then give it over to Tay to wrap it up. We see people, and I don't like to call people's name, you know, to give them any shine, because I love you. Okay. So we see people talking as if they have secrets that they have not yet revealed, and now they're going to start, quote unquote, reveal secrets. Do you have any? like they have secrets on you that
Oh,
they're going to.
ain't no secrets for me.
Okay.
No. What I was saying, I don't have any secrets. I think that sometimes people think that you care more about things than you actually care about things. And they feel like they can use those things to weaponize you or to do whatever. I don't know. For me, anyone that I dated after I left my ex, I don't care about. Like it's nothing I don't care. Other than that, I don't know what else it could possibly be. So, well, I know she talked to this person. I know she dated that person. Okay, like I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, those are the so-called skeleton or know where the bones are buried comments are coming from. Then.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't have any bones to be found. Like,
right.
I don't. I mean, just being honest, I don't have any. Again, you're talking about people on a show that I only knew for a very short period of time. They don't have any deep, dark secrets of mine. I didn't even know them long enough. Right. And even my homegirls that I'm talking about, I've been friends with 18, 19 years, 14 years. Even with them, I ain't got no deep, dark secrets. Like, cause I wasn't doing shit. Like, I mean, like Brittany, I posted her today. We've been friends since college. We were roommates. I ain't got no deep, dark secrets. It's nothing that.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
How do you feel about people not giving you the credit that you deserve for starting the show and stating that the credit goes to your now ex-husband? Does that hurt your feelings, or how do you feel about that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Tay.
Okay. So let's say today, like right now, you are so overwhelmed with everything. So we all know with the projects that we know that you have.
That's why she naps.
I'm not overwhelmed.
Wait, no. This is a scenario.
Okay.
So let's just say today. Got all this. You got your 7th Avenue, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Mind, Body, and Money, your lipstick line, music, movies,
retail,
t-shirt, clothing lines, the master classes, a little production company.
And another company that's dropping Black Friday that I can't wait for y'all to get into. Go ahead.
Oh, did you just drop a tea?
I did.
If you had to drop one of today, right now, which one would you give the axe to?
Ain't dropping nothing.
You got to let one of them go. It's too much on the plate right now. This is just a scenario.
I would probably drop my newest baby that drops Black Friday just because it's the new one. It hasn't gotten as much time and energy as all the others.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Tay.
We want to say congratulations to all of your successes in business and everything. Continue to succeed. We already know you are. We are here for it. We have your back. Well, we know God got you, and God say go, you out here. So I've been moving that motto. Today I almost said it when I'm like, I cannot believe the overwhelming support that I've been receiving from the YouTubers. Melody, I cannot believe that I'm sitting here on an interview with you.
Well, Mel will tell you. Mel will tell you. I'm always in her inbox begging for something. Mel.
Yeah, but I love it. I appreciate you guys too. At the end of the day, I shared earlier, you guys as content creators, I appreciate you guys. Y'all do a lot. Y'all review the show. Y'all keep the conversations going, keep the entertainment piece of it going. And that's energy and time that y'all don't have to give. So I'm thankful to you guys. And hopefully today is a little bit of a repaying and showing my support for what you guys are doing. And I'm looking forward to the next interview.
Definitely. We thank you so much for your time. We love you so much. We will continue to support you in everything that you do. The movement is still on. We are not stopping. Tell Mama Van we love her. M&M kids, we love y'all. Aunties and uncles over here, we love you. Okay. Thank you, Mel.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a week and weekend.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Ooh.
Girl.
Okay, we played it cool. Ebony, you did so good. Ebony,
Thank you.
I thought you were nervous.
I got you with me, so I wasn't that nervous. That's why I asked you to join me. And definitely, if we have the opportunity again to interview her, when I get an answer from Mama Van, I will definitely include you on that. Also, I want to thank you again for putting out the posters, the flyers, and just letting this interview be fantastic. We did our thing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody that joined today.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Ebony the Best.
Yes.
EONY. D as in dog, B as in boy, ESS.
Thank you.
And make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let me get to this 1,000. Ebony needs to get to her 1,000. We out. Okay?
Thank you. We can do it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Oh my gosh. Ew.
Hold on, 20.
Huh?
Hold on, 20. Hold on.
What'd you say?
I said, hold on, 20. Hold on, please.